What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black, coming back once again to talk about my Alabama Crimson Tide and my coach, the great one, Nick Saban, who spoke at the SEC spring meetings today along with other coaches, but I'm only interested in what my coach said. He talked about NIL and he talked about the scheduling, which that's the only part I'm interested in, is what he said about the scheduling. And you might ask yourself, well, KB, what did he say? Well, I'm here to tell you. I ain't going to say word for word what he said, everything what he said, but I'm going to tell you the part that I think is important. Okay. He said, I'm still always in the opinion that we should play all Division I games. And I've said this for years. So whether there are 60 teams in Power 5 conferences or 70 teams or however many teams there are, it's better for the fans, which it is. Better for strength of schedule that we play all Power 5 teams. I agree with that. All 12 games should be all Power 5. We shouldn't be playing these teams like we got Middle Tennessee State this year, South Florida, and Chattanooga. Alabama shouldn't be playing teams like that. LSU got Grambling, Georgia State. I mean, they got Army on their schedule too. I'm throwing them in there. They shouldn't be playing those type schools. Georgia, Tennessee, Martin, Ball State, and UAB. And those teams are in the first 5 weeks, No, they should not be playing those type of schools. Tennessee, Austin P, UTSA. No. The SEC programs should not be playing those type of schools. Why? Because SEC got the best athletes in the country. The SEC is the best and the toughest conference in all of college football, okay? We need to be replacing those teams, say from the Pac-12, USC, Washington, Utah, teams like that, Big Ten, Ohio State, Michigan. I'm going to throw Maryland in there. They have a good team every now and then, okay? Michigan State, Clemson from the ACC, Clemson, North Carolina, Florida State. We should be playing those type teams, Big 12, okay? Oklahoma, which they was on Georgia's schedule. Then we got Texas, which they'll be coming to the SEC anyway. All right, but you still got TCU in there. So, hey, those are the type teams we should replace. These daggone group of 5 and all that shit. Replace those teams. We don't need to be playing those teams. I agree wholeheartedly with Nick Saban in playing all Power 5 games, all 12 games. So better for the fans, make better games on TV. Because don't nobody want to watch no daggone Alabama against Middle Tennessee, or Georgia against UAB, Tennessee against Austin P, LSU against daggone Grambling. Don't nobody want to watch that. Granted, now every now and then, one of these schools will come in and beat a Power 5 program, just like Appalachian State beat Michigan, Troy beat LSU. Who else? Last year, I believe it was Middle Tennessee beat Miami. But that don't have to happen too often. So, and I don't think it's no advantage to the Power 5 school. Okay, all the advantage for as revenue go to the little smaller program, the Middle Tennessee States, the Austin Pe's. So that's my opinion. But like I say, I agree with Nick Saban on that. What else he say? What else did he say? Let me see. However, we'll just start right here. However, we get to that. I think that's the best thing. I think one of the more difficult things with going to 9 games is, we've tried to schedule 2 out-of-conference Power 5 games and try to improve our strength of schedule over the next 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And if we can go to 9 games, we'll have to unwind that. My deal was to always play more SEC games because we couldn't get other people to schedule. I agree with playing more SEC games also. Okay? Hell, if it was up to me, which, I'm just a fan, I would rather play all SEC regular schedule. However way you put it. Okay, we bringing Oklahoma and Texas over here. well, to the SEC. It's enough games. I mean, it's enough teams to play an all SEC schedule, even though I know that ain't going to happen. But I wish that would happen, okay? So we can play each other damn near every year. You got what? You will have 16 teams. Divide that up into 12 games. Hell, just rotate them out every year. Do what they trying to do now. You know, keep your daggone rivals, and then rotate everybody else every year. You know, okay, you got what? If you have 3 teams like Alabama, Auburn, Tennessee, LSU, okay? So now you got what? 9 more games left. Hey, you can play Georgia every year. I wouldn't mind that. Or even every other year, Georgia every year or every other year. That's fine. Do that. Play Florida. I'm talking about Alabama. Every year, every other year. You know. So, hey, that would be great football. That would be great football, especially for us SEC fans. And that's when you will really see who will have all the bragging rights and whose teams is really the best in the SEC. Play all SEC schedule. You know. So it is what it is. They play 8. That'll be 10 if they add 2 more. Hey, that'll be good too. Okay, 10 SEC games and 2 Power 5 out of conference games. That would be great. That would be a great schedule. So I agree with what Nick Saban said, all right? But y'all know, I'm just letting y'all know, I agree with what Nick Saban said. He talked about NIL. We already know his feelings about the NIL. So ain't no use in even going over that. The NIL is what it is. Maybe the NCAA will come in and put some kind of sanctions on how it's done, or put some kind of rule in place or rules in place, because there is none now, okay? And these schools and programs doing what they want to do. But I'm going to hit on this and then I'm going to end this video. You know, Kirby Smart was there, since these Georgia fans like to say, Alabama fans, or I love to talk about Georgia and Kirby Smart, and even when I don't, they still trolling on the videos and on in the chats and shit. So I'm gonna bring up Kirby Smart in this situation. Kirby Smart, he was asked at the spring meetings, how did he feel about Georgia surpassing Alabama? Who in their right mind would think that shit? Who in their mind would think that? But anyway, this is what Kirby Smart said. He shut it down. He just went on and shut it down. He said, I don't measure our program based on their program. Our success is based on how we perform. I have the utmost respect for Nick and the Alabama program. And he is right. He is right. You don't base what you doing off somebody else, all right? You don't measure your program off another program. Plain and simple. Even though Kirby Smart stole every damn thing that he ever learned at Alabama and took it to daggone Athens, Georgia. Stole his whole damn playbook. And he ain't implemented nothing. Nothing. He ain't changed nothing from what he learned at Alabama, in my opinion. And he damn right. He better have the utmost respect for my coach, the great one, Nick Saban, and my Alabama Crimson Tide. Why? Because Nick Saban and my Alabama Crimson Tide made Kirby Smart. I've made your asses. Kirby know he would not be who he is today if it wasn't for Nick Saban and my Alabama Crimson Tide. He know this. If Kirby Smart was a damn defensive coordinator for freaking Mark Richt or anybody else, he would not be in the position that he's in today. He would not. Like I said, Nick Saban made Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart know this. That's why he will not speak ill of Nick Saban as long as he is a damn head coach. As long as Nick Saban is in the game, Kirby, he's better, and he's going to keep his mouth shut when it comes to Nick Saban, and continue to give my coach, the great Nick Saban, and the Alabama Crimson Tide, the utmost respect. Because guess what? They deserve it. And for Kirby's sake, and the sake of the Georgia Bulldog program, he better never speak ill on Coach Saban. Because if he ever fit his mouth to do it, Coach Saban will make sure he give him the beating of a lifetime on the football field. You can believe that. You can believe that. Yeah, Kirby got one on him. He got that last one on him. But I don't give a damn about that. As these Georgia fans say, that's in the past. We look into the future. And I don't want to hear get no questions in the comment section. Who your quarterback? Who your quarterback? Who your quarterback? As I recall, both teams have first year starter. But the difference is, my first year starter then took meaningful snaps, then started a game, then basically won 2 SEC games. What have your quarterback done for you? Or your supposed quarterback? What have you done for you? Not a damn thing. But this ain't about the quarterback. This ain't about the quarterback. This is Kirby Smart being made by Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide, and Kirby Smart having the utmost respect for my coach, the great one, Nick Saban, and my Alabama Crimson Tide. And he better keep it that way. Roll damn Tide.